Hello and welcome to episode 107 of the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together each week to talk about K-pop and whatever's current in the industry. This week we got an album review and we got our favorite songs of the month as per usual. And as you can see, I'm at Andrew's house again for like the second week in a row because
he just lives here. He just lives here now.
I just live at Andrew's house. No, I unforeseen. I had to come back to pick up my visa because apparently they couldn't mail it because they didn't pay for that. But whatever. And then I ended up paying more because of transportation. But it's okay because now I'm all good for Korea.
And you get to stay for the Super Bowl. So
yeah, so that'll be fun. Even though I don't know anything about football. Anyways, as always, I'm joined by Nate.
I want it. I just want to be your honey. All night long, love me and kiss me. Feel me, kill me, hit me with your love. I just think about you, you think about me. And lick my lip, you live deep inside me. No, I am not lying. I know you want it.
I did think you actually do it. Holy shit. Oh. I understand your pain now, Nate. I understand your pain.
Best lyrics.
We have to create like worst English lyrics after this. Jesus Christ.
All right. And also, as always, I'm joined by Andrew, who usually has three things.
Number one, we just got back from seeing Dragon Ball Super Broly.
It was amazing.
This is your second time seeing it.
Yeah, it was my second time seeing it.
But like again, have I ever said on the podcast that I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. I've watched a few episodes of Dragon Ball, so I know what I understand the basic premise. It's just I've never caught up after that. So jumping straight into Dragon Ball like Super Broly, I was just like, what the hell is going on? But it was still intense because
even Nate from going from like the middle of Dragon Ball Z, that's where you're at right now, right? You're like in like the middle of Z.
Android Saga.
Okay, yeah. So like even Nate would be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Because
it's that crazy.
They're like fighting in Antarctica, and then they destroy Antarctica, and there's like volcanoes and everything. I'm just like, is this what normally happens in Dragon Ball Z?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's great. What happened even fighting Frieza on Namek.
I'm just like, what in the world? Like, the movie was like, what, like an hour and a half ish, or an hour and like 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure an hour of that was just one fight, one entire fight took up like 90% of the movie.
That's Dragon Ball. You expect the movie to literally be one fight.
And then it's funny because literally the rest of it is just all exposition and everyone's saying like, oh, I'm gonna do A, which is lead to B, which will lead to C. I'm just like, why are they doing that? Because literally there's no dialogue other than like the entire time. I'm just like, what in the world is this?
It's about the fights and the action. It's so good.
It was hype though. So whenever I have time, I will begin my journey.
Yeah, it's like the Monster X of anime.
It's just nonstop hype.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Number two. Okay, so this was supposed to be a three thing a long time ago, but Jacob just found this. So, my sister ended up giving away her old car because she got a new one. So she was clearing out all her stuff. It was originally my car, so we found this ripped CD of Girls' Generation, I Have a Boy, like somewhere very deep inside the like the glove compartment, and we just randomly found it because
I have a boy, Machine.
Because I didn't have, but back in the day, I didn't have.
Wait, is that what it says? I have a boy?
No, that's what Andrew just said.
I got a boy.
Oh, okay.
I got a boy. But it was buried somewhere deep inside the glove compartment. But before I had a smartphone, or before I had like a phone that could play music decently, and like a radio sort of connector thing, I'd burn CDs. So that's just basically, I'd burn like the first EXO CD, I'd burn like 21, all of the CDs. So now I'm keeping it. It's like a stupid, it probably doesn't work anymore. Actually, no, I have a CD player here. I should just try it out, but it's just nostalgia for me. It was cool that we ended up finding it. And number three, on a more serious note, for those of you that are in Discord, you already know this, but as you know, at the beginning of the year, we brought Cooper on to be a fourth chair, so to speak, to be a fourth member of Truly Daebak. But our initial plans were we going to take it slow, obviously, because just to sort of ease him in. But those plans have kind of changed just because, like right now, just because of life circumstances and work and everything, Cooper doesn't really have the time to dedicate himself to doing podcasts like weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, he's in a rough spot right now. So as of right now, he's just stepping back for a while or for the foreseeable future, and mostly, which is what I wanted him to do mostly. In all honesty, I mostly just wanted him to be our like community manager, and he's the one that's mostly the active one in our Discord or managing other aspects like that. So yeah, I just want to let everyone know if you're wondering why Cooper hasn't been on a show for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we can still get him on like once in a blue moon when time allows. But yeah, just stuff's going on, so Cooper can't really dedicate that time. But yeah, just wanted to let everyone know. I mean, nothing bad's happening, and like, Cooper's still going to be in the chat making random memes and shit. So it's
liking bad songs.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Not just bad songs, bad albums, but that's spoiling the title of this review. All right.
So with that, I'm Jacob. #NoBlono as always. Let's get into the review.
Well, wait. You forgot
Discord
to go to Discord because it's mucho lit. Also, we had our top rankings for second gen boy groups today, and Sherlock by Shiny reigned supreme.
That would have gotten my 11 if I filled it out.
It got 2 11s. Yeah. Surprise! Actually, so the top 10 was 7 Shiny songs and 3 Infinite songs.
Wow, a mashup got first place.
The top 3 was Sherlock, View, and Lucifer.
Wow.
So Shiny, like, holding up that top 3. The Chaser was Infinite's highest song at 4, I think, 4 or 5.
The Chaser is easily my favorite Infinite song. It's so good.
See, that's the thing. I've explained to you guys that I missed the Infinite train back in the day, so I really need to do it. Whenever we're gonna do it, we're gonna do a retro. We're gonna do a throwback.
Infinite's Shiny level, good.
Okay, okay. Really good. I know. And a lot of people will yell at me for not or knowing them or not loving them as much as everyone else does, but we'll get there. So join Mucho Lit Discord. We have a lot of stuff going on, as always.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Third gen girl group rating is up right now.
Now we can get into the review of CLC's No.1. Who's
ironically titled? Yeah, who's reading this? Am I reading this?
I'll
Since
read
we
it.
just default to me. You got it?
I'll read it because I have the spiciest opinion, and I should probably just get that out of the way before people get mad at me.
Oh, they already hate me on Discord, so it's okay.
Okay. I mean,
but I've kind of blown my hatred out of proportion on Discord just to troll everyone. But
oh no,
we'll get there.
My opinions on this are not blown to any proportions whatsoever. Blown out of any proportion whatsoever. So, as the title says, this is a album review of CLC's triumphant return to actually making music and not just being stuck in the cube dungeon, entitled No.1 or No.1. Why does it say crystal clear, like underneath, like the?
That's what CLC stands for.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wait, really? I never knew that.
You didn't know that?
I never knew that.
Yeah, CLC is crystal clear.
Yeah, we're starting off with people are gonna downvote this like crazy. So yeah, we're starting off.
We just won't hashtag CLC or anything, so their fans don't find it.
I want to reach out to this. I want to get the conversation out there. So, CLC's triumphant comeback after a year. So let's get into it. The first on our items of songs is the single entitled No. So, where do I begin on my thoughts on this album? Okay, so first off, it's produced by Soyeon of Idol. So
I didn't even know that. That's cool.
Yeah, she's basically taking over the Hyuna job of just producing for other people at Cube at this point. She's a great producer. She's a really good. I love that about her. Just her involvement in the songwriting process, and it's cool that she's willing to help out other groups like CLC. So it's produced by Soyeon. The song, at first blush, it kind of reminded me of a 4-minute song, which isn't a bad thing. I know a lot of people aren't that big on 4-minute in retrospective, but 4-minute holds a deep. they have a nice place in my heart. So I did enjoy that aspect of it. But I'd say just overall, I wasn't blown away. Like, I wasn't just... Because when you really think about it, this is kind of CLC's Make It or Break It song. When you really put it into perspective, if they don't do well on this, they're done. Or they could effectively be done as a group, because...
They should have gotten La Vie en Rose.
Yeah, they should have gotten La Vie en Rose, which I think I would have probably have enjoyed, even if it was CLC. But this, like putting La Vie en Rose out of my mind, comparing this to like Hobgoblin or Black Dress or Where Are You? Oh, whoops. There's nothing that really blows me away on that front. So I'd say that's why I was just like, It's a very safe song. It's very safe. And I mean, that's probably not a bad thing, considering they need to sort of reestablish their footing, since pretty much are like people might be like, who's CLC? Or I don't know, like they might not be as familiar with the group since they've been gone for like a year. I enjoy the instrumental overall. So again, that's a tribute to Soyeon. Otherwise, the song is really spotty. Like, there's some parts I really hate. There's some parts I really like. The chorus is really catchy. Like, the I like me, I love you. Like, that part I do enjoy. But otherwise, like, again, it's nothing that blows you away. It's just, it's non-offensive. And I don't know, it's nothing I'm necessarily looking for. I'd say the biggest complaint, and it might be something all three of us agree on, but not Cooper. The no part, when Sungyeon says the nose, specifically Sungyeon, when she says it, it's...
The part towards the end, really, the no.
It's like, it's possibly one of the most grating, most annoying things I've heard in music. Like, no. Just like the intonation of her voice is... I don't know, I know they're trying... It's a cube thing, I get it. Everyone's just trying to be like Hyuna, and like how Edon has the whiny... Back when he was there, he had the whiny voice sort of thing. I get it's like a trait, but it's... I don't know what part of that makes you enjoy the song more, other than getting on your nerves. So that's I guess the biggest issue for me. As for the actual like visuals of it, the MV and the choreo didn't end up standing out, unfortunately, because I have to learn this choreography for dance class this week, because that's what DJ says he loves the entire album, funnily enough.
You'll learn to love it.
I have to learn to love it 2 times fast, because it's like K-pop Zumba class.
You just start listening to the what is that called? Freaking Nightcore version.
Nightcore version of CLC. But one thing I do have to praise about the song is I feel like the styling of this was on point. I love the styling for it, especially two in particular is Sorn, because I feel like they've gotten Sorn so wrong in almost everything that they've done. Maybe it's because she's not Korean, so they don't really know how to style someone that's not... Because I feel like you can't really style her the same way that Koreans are, because like people... We got a lot more we got a lot of darker... We got a bit darker skin than Koreans do, so you gotta approach that differently. But Sungyeon, especially, again, the nose aside, I felt like her styling was incredible. She might be one of my biases or bias records of the year. Yeah, I think I could probably say she's my bias in CLC, in all honesty.
But Sungi, underrated.
I don't know. It's probably pretty basic, because she's like the face of CLC. I feel Sungyeon, because she's literally on the cover of Cry Style. So
yeah, I'd say Sungyeon or Yeon probably.
Yeah, just because they're the most they're often the ones in the choruses. But I don't know. I don't feel like it was enough to blow me away. The great thing is that I don't hate the song. It's just, obviously, I expect a lot out of my music, especially CLC coming back after a while. So I was just really lukewarm on this. Jacob, what were your thoughts?
All right, so for me, overall, I actually do enjoy the song, and it'll be something that I think I would return to. Like, the verses are really nice. They're well produced. The chorus is nice and catchy and punchy, and like, again, it's highly effective. Like, my main gripes are 2 things. Is one, like, Yeon's rap in this is pretty, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not super creative. It's kind of just repetitive.
Because I call this the Hyunaization of CLC, where when you start to notice, like, they're trying to, like, sort of take aspects of Hyuna's persona and her performance and assign them to different members of CLC.
I think it's mostly like it's just the same sort of like bar over and over, just with different lyrics. Like the flow is just the same thing, repetitive over and over. Is my main problem with it. But yeah, like again, like the chorus is super nice and catchy and gets stuck in your head. Like the main thing that drags it down again is the no. It just gets a little annoying and grating, and I wonder if maybe if somebody else with a softer voice said it, if it would be better.
Yeah,
because I just think like keep Yeon and Sungyeon off the nose.
Because
their
remember,
voices are too like
the bridge part. I don't know who's doing it. I'm sorry. I'm really not as familiar. Do you know, Nate, who's doing that bridge part? No. Like with the really soft voice and it's in Korean.
No idea.
We'll figure it out. Or if you know who that is,
it's probably like LT or Sungyeon.
Yeah, somebody with a softer voice is doing it, and that I don't mind. Because
comment down below if you know.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's probably it's the way. It's not necessarily them saying no 100 times. It's the way they say no.
Yeah.
100 times.
It's the type of voice they use, really. So yeah. Overall, I really like the song. It's just like that main part that kills it a little. So.
Nate.
So for me, I'm with Andrew. It's literally the most annoying thing I've ever heard in K-pop. Like,
so do you like it less than DDD?
And annoying vocals, at least, huh?
Do you like it less than DDD?
That's tough. I think I do.
I still contend that that's a good
I think
song.
I do.
Like
because
you hate this, you don't like it as, or you hate this more than
I like
DDD.
this worse. Like I hate this more than DDD.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's exactly what you guys are saying. It's just the way she's saying it. Like the tone of her voice is just so obnoxiously bad, like annoying.
I think it
started
wrong member choice.
Well, no. I mean, they're doing it on purpose. They want her to do that.
Yeah.
It started.
It started
at the
once,
end, like
once it, they
well,
started. When they did Hobgoblin and Cry Style and everything.
Well, no, I know, but I'm like, there's one specific moment I mentioned in Discord at the end of Black Dress. Three members repeat the words "black dress" in different parts.
Black dress, and she's like, "I got no." He's like out of nowhere, just like the.
Well, no, she does this exact same tone at the end. She's the last one. Yeah, part. Exactly. Yep. And right before it, Soren says it in such a like clear, nice sounding way.
Yep.
That it makes it so much worse. And it, like, I love Black Dress. I love that song. It might be one of my favorite CLC songs, but that ending part sticks with me so much, and like I hate it so much. And they turned that into
jarring.
And they turned that into like the hook of this song.
The way I was talking to Andrew about it earlier, and I was like, it feels icky, like disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean? It's weird. It's weird.
That's what. Well, no, that's how I described it on Discord. I was like, it literally makes me feel like I want to throw up. Like it just it makes you feel like gross. I don't know, but as for the rest of the song, I don't hate it as much as I made it out to be. On Discord, I've literally like made it out to be like I think it's the worst song in the world. Because of that. But like for the actual song itself, like when the instrumentals come in and they start singing, like I actually like the song. I like the deep house style, like instrumentals.
Yeah.
I love the rap, the instrumentals during the rap part. I like how subdued they are, and it's not like super hype. I thought that was a good choice. Unlike you guys, I actually wasn't a huge fan of the chorus. I don't think it's bad, but to me, it didn't stand out too much to me.
Compared to how much we had issues with the rest of the song, I'd say it was
redeeming.
It's their only redeeming factor. Not really the only one, but
I liked how bold and punchy the verses sound. Like I like how the vocals sound in the verses.
Yeah.
It's again like it's just the way they say no is what
I
really
think
kills it.
That's probably why, because we had issues with the vocals in other parts. So even if it's not as like interesting or creative,
I thought it was really catchy.
Yeah, it's just super catchy, which is why probably the most redeeming part of the song. Another part I did like was that part during the post-chorus where they have like that trap beat going in the background. Despite the no's that in those parts that in the post-chorus where they're a lot more subtle aren't as obnoxious because it's other members saying it, I think, for the most part. So
yeah. But yeah, I think for the song or the MV and stuff, I liked the choreo. I thought it was good. And yeah, like you said, the styling was really good. Music video is basically just a box set music video, so like it didn't really stand out at all.
Like if you showed me this music video in black dress, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, in all honesty.
They're actually wearing black dresses in this one.
Yeah, they're actually wearing black dresses in this one, unlike
so you can tell.
Black Dress, the music video, which did not have them wearing black dresses, so
yeah,
that's a plus, I guess.
So yeah, that's it for me.
We're reading Cooper's notes off, and he was really high on this album, so
yeah,
that should
it'll balance it out a little bit.
So he says for No, quote, "The teasers leading up to this, we got a lot of different sections of the song, so I wasn't sure how they were going to fit together, but oh man, was I not ready. The opening is so good. I love the hook. It's so sassy, and yes, I can see why some would find it annoying, but I don't at all. The verses have this amazing house beat, and Yeon's raps are fantastic. The chorus is a little short, but it's so catchy, kind of a Nine Muses vibe to it. I can see that a bit. The bridge is so good with Yeon and the intense bass. The only gripe I have is the song is too short, but not enough to detract any points. The MV is great. Cube is actually still spending money on them, which I'm a little surprised by, but it's just a box MV. They have never looked better, yeah. The outfits are so classy with a bit of edge. Sungyeon kills it in the center, one of the best dancers in K-pop. Choreo is really nice. So those are Cooper's thoughts.
I was just laughing because Nate just looked visibly disgusted.
Yeah, Nate said he could not bring himself to read these thoughts of Cooper because he just disagrees so vehemently.
I'm just playing up the Discord hate. It's
anyway,
fine. He said he hated IOI in Discord today, so I'm
what?
extra mad at him.
God,
Cooper, you're fired.
I'm not on Discord for one day and I miss so much. Jeez.
Next up we have, starting off with the album tracks, we have Show. So this is, to describe this song, I'd say it's kind of like an EDM-ish, tiny bit of
100%.
tropical house song. I don't know. It's not really tropical house in theory.
It's just a dance track.
Dance track. But that being said, it's fairly inoffensive for being a dance track. But I'd say it's an instrumental thing where what kind of like disappointed me in this song is just how generic sounding the chords are for like the beat, like the dun 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 dun, like that dun 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 dun. It's like it sounds like almost a parody of an EDM song in a way. It's that basic or that like uninspired, which kind of it's almost the reverse of No, where I found the lyrics lacking, whereas the instrumental was great. I found in this case the instrumental was lacking, but the vocal performance was great. Yeah, it's a song where again I love it and I hate it for certain things. So it's another thing where I'm really conflicted. Where I felt like if it felt like they tried more with the instrumental, I probably would have enjoyed it more.
So for me, I actually really like the beat in this song. Like I kind of agree with Andrew is that it kind of just sounds like something we've already heard, but I don't mind that as long as they do it in a strong way. Like my only real like criticism is that I think the vocals are a tiny bit quiet. But that's not a huge thing. It's more like personal taste as far as mixing goes. That being said, I actually did like that they went with a more like soft tone with the vocals, in contrast to like the more bold tone that they went with in No and also in the chorus of this song.
Yeah, how hard the piano goes and everything.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, it's nice and catchy. It's a solid track. And also, I wanted to point out as well that I think Yeon's rap in this is way better than in No.
Yeah, for me, I really like this song. I actually think this would be a good style for CLC going forward. I think because the No being produced by Soyeon, to me, just sounds like a bad G-Idol song. So like, or like,
I
like,
thought I had the spiciest take, but wow,
well, no, I
actually,
mean, Well,
I get it, though.
I just said it. We know it's. I don't like the song. I'm not saying G-Idol puts out bad songs. I'm saying that song sounded like a G-Idol song. Yeah, exactly. Because So-Young produced it, it sounded like a G-Idol song. It's just not nearly as good as any of the actual songs G-Idol has put out. But this would differentiate for them from like CLC from G-Idol if they did this type of song as their title track, and they're obviously like very good dancers, and they're very focused on choreography for their songs. So doing an EDM type song like this, I think would be great for them.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, you don't the style of song that No is, you don't really. I don't feel you get to showcase the choreography as much as you could on show. At least that's my personal thoughts on it. I don't know, maybe just because it's.
I don't know. Discord's been raving about No's choreography, so
I don't know.
Like the live stages.
Again, I know the actual dancer and DJ, our friend that teaches at I Love Dance, is going to teach it. But I mean, just for me, that choreography it's way too basic. It's just way too basic. Like, I don't. I know. I understand that most female choreography is a lot more about like hand motions and voguing and like that sort of thing, but I felt like they could have been more intricate, at least with footwork, as opposed to just like, okay, you go here, okay, you go here. I feel like you could have made it more interesting choreography in regards to show, because again, obviously EDM songs you could definitely develop a good choreography for that drop. So
yeah, but as for the song itself, I like how the verses are more like much more subdued.
Yeah.
And lead into the instrumental focused chorus.
Yeah.
I thought that helped it.
I was gonna say basically that was like my criticism, because I thought the vocals.
You
were
didn't
a
like
too
that
quiet.
it was subdued.
I liked that it was soft and went into a more bold thing, but I think in the soft parts it was just
that's what I'm
too
saying.
Subdued.
Too soft. Yeah. And the other thing I really like the variety of synths they're using. Like, there's a lot of different sounds, especially like the distorted, like dubstep style, like wub wub stuff. That was like pretty unique. So I liked that as well.
We don't get a lot of wub wub dubstep.
Yeah,
anymore.
not anymore these days. That kind of died in like
2012, 2014 with like shiny.
Utada Hikaru is bringing it back.
Hell
Skrillex.
Yeah. Did people?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Did people rate everybody well?
No.
I hate the dubstep.
Some people hated the dubstep. It got shafted a little bit.
Cooper's thoughts are, quote, "This is my kind of dance track. The first 5 seconds, I knew I would love it. The low synths and 80s synth drum in the verses add some variety. The chorus is instrumental heavy, but I think that it works with the song. The weird wub wub synth is cool too. The bridge is nice. This one has choreo too. Oh shoot, I should watch the choreo for this then. Pretty standard, nothing stands out really. Again, I feel like if they could have dedicated more time to this, I feel like they could have made a nice choreo for it. That being said, next song is called The Breakdown, and this is my personal favorite song on the mini album. It is produced by members of Monotree, which lends to the comparison of it sounding like either a Luna song or like a Red Velvet track, which I was sort of getting from this as well. Possibly one of my favorite album tracks by CLC in this new sort of like edgier style that they're doing. The rap part in this I did enjoy a lot better, just because I felt like the style of rapping fits this song way better than it did. It kind of felt forced in No, as opposed to this. It felt a lot more natural. I'd say the only gripe I'd have is, like, I don't know if you guys felt this or not, but does this song really have a chorus?
Like if really, if you really think about it, I guess not, but I didn't notice. Yeah, because like it kind of has like a verse, or it feels like the verse, and then it just goes to like an empty like instrumental afterwards, and then it just goes into another verse. So at first I was kind of lost, and I don't know, I felt like that having maybe a more proper chorus or changing up the instrumental to signify the chorus a lot better, as opposed to just I know there's empty drops, but this takes empty drop to a whole new meaning where it's literally just an instrumental break. I felt like it kind of just ruined the pacing of the song for me. But otherwise, this is easily my favorite one because I just love the vocals on this really stand out to me. So I love this track a lot. Yeah, I really like this track a lot as well. It's a cover of the Super Junior M song.
That's too deep of a cut for me. I'm sorry.
That's too deep of a cut for me.
Wait, you don't know
But that's
Breakdown
just-
by Super Junior M?
I
It's
don't.
so good.
I don't know the M songs.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm gonna link.
I
it in
didn't know M
Discord
existed
after
until a
this.
couple years ago.
All right,
so-
it's so good. Although people are gonna shit on it like assholes, but whatever. No pun intended. Anyways, I really like this, like the nice chill like R&B feel that they went with this one. I feel like it's kind of a new waters for CLC because like we've heard them do like, what would like Where Are You be? Is that city pop?
That's city
technically?
pop,
Yeah, it's-
future funk, city pop.
yeah,
That's
like they've
Japanese.
they've done like that kind of thing, but I don't think we've heard much from them in the realm of like R&B.
proper R&B.
Yeah, and I think this really turned out well. Like the soft, smooth vocals turned out like really well, because especially like since it goes such like in contrast to their normal like edgy, in your face like bad girl sort of persona that they've got ever since Hobgoblin. So I really like this change of pace, and I hope they do more like this in the future.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind it being like a title track that's in this vein.
that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah. So
Like we really don't have many R&B girl groups. Like Red Velvet is it, and they don't even do it.
And
all
then
the
even
time.
Luna does it as
Yeah.
like album tracks mostly, which is why they should get Mono Tree to give them an actual single the next time around. So, Nate, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is like it's a good R&B song that contrasts their style they've been going for with like the hype stuff. The vocals really shine in this song. I like the bass line. It's weird because I like the bass line, but I'm not a huge fan of the fact that it gets like its own instrumental break several times. I felt like it outshined the vocals when the song
Yeah.
should have focused on the vocals.
It's one of the rare cases where I'm just like, yeah, you don't let the bass line become like overpower it. And I
Exactly.
say this as someone that loves bass lines, but it's kind of
same.
You're supposed to be focusing on the vocals, not the instrumentals in this
Yeah.
track.
Yeah, and especially with a group like CLC where I think their vocals are underrated. I think a lot of people don't think of them as a group that has good vocals. It was weird that they decided to put part of the song like overpowering the vocals when they should have been focusing on it. Also, I wasn't a huge fan of like the high pitched synth either. I felt like it didn't really fit in the song well. But that's, yeah. Overall, I did like the song. I just had a couple gripes.
Cooper's thoughts were, quote, "This is totally a Red Velvet B-side, or Luna too, so same thoughts as me. Sungki shines here with her smooth vocals. We really don't get that much CLC harmonization, so I appreciate them going for that here." So this probably might be our first consensus in terms of how much we like the song.
Yeah.
Next, we have Like It, or as I like to call it, female hard carry, because it literally is just, it's like the intro is pretty much the same, like a copy pasta of hard carry by GOT7. I'm just like, okay. And outside of that, like the actual, again, I feel like I'm really being really harsh here, but I just don't want to mince my words with how disappointed I am with some of these tracks. When it comes to like the main like portion or chorus of this song, it just sounds like dollar store black dress. Like it just sounds like half-assed black dress that they just decide to turn into an album track. And in a vacuum, again, this song isn't that like offensive or just like that like would, in another group it wouldn't have evoked such emotions out of me, but knowing that it's CLC and wanting them to succeed and wanting them to do better than just recycling tracks like this, it made me, I feel angry listening to this. I actually feel angry listening to this because it feels like it feels like the definition of half-assed, where it just feels like, okay, we need something to fill it, let's just give them a song like what they did before and people will like it anyway. And I don't like when you're just throwing in tracks like that just to fill, or when you're just trying to just beat a dead horse that way. So yeah, it really just annoyed me.
For me, like I personally like the song. I said like it was more of what I expected from the title track.
Yeah.
Like I thought it would be something like this. and it's really more of a like a return to form of the style of like Hobgoblin or Black Dress. So I'm glad they didn't go with this song for the title track, even though I like it. I don't know if I like it more than No, but I think No is different enough that I think it deserves to be the title track.
Yeah.
But like they just fucked up with how they wanted them to say no. Like we keep saying this, but like it would be such a minor part of the song, but like it's the hook. So like it's,
yep.
You know. Anyways, back to Like It. It's like, even though it is like retreading ground they've already covered, I don't think it's a negative in my book, at least, because I still enjoyed the song quite a bit, and I like the the hard-hitting nature of the beat drop chorus. So I thought that was done pretty well.
Nate?
Yeah, for me, I kind of agree with Andrew. I felt like it was just a worse Black Dress. But I think I really like the pre-chorus build. I think the drop is the build to the drop is easily the best part of the song. I think the vocals are good. I like the amount that they tone down the instrumentals and really build it well. The drop itself is just okay. I like the instrumentals, but I think the vocals during the drop are just kind of meh. Like they just aren't that great in my opinion.
It's mostly just them like I like it like it's just,
yeah, exactly.
There's no range. It's just like all like in your face sort of.
Overall, I mean, I don't hate it. I think Black Dress is a much better song. But
yeah, I'd agree.
It isn't bad, but it's just been done better by them already. So like, yeah, it doesn't really stand out much.
Mm-hmm. Cooper said, "This is their fourth song with the word 'like' in it. Stop it, Jesus." Anyways, unlike Like That on Black Dress, I actually love the drop in this. The song is a perfect mix of R&B elements and harder hip-hop beats. The whole album is giving me really giving me solid vocals, probably the best other than Free SM. The obligatory hype ending is good too.
I always pronounce it Freezem.
Free SM. I don't know. I just think TSM or Free SM. When TSM sucks, everyone just calls them Free SM because they're free. The free win. And closing out this 5-album mini, we have I Need You, which is a cover of the BTS.
Yep, I wrote that's the first
cover of the BTS song. If they covered the BTS song, I actually wouldn't mind that. That'd actually be pretty cool.
Their cover of Black Suit was amazing because they actually wore black suits for Black Dress.
Yeah,
immediately.
So,
or no, they didn't even perform Black Dress when they did that. They did crazy.
So, on my personal scale, as of now of 2019, I usually rank songs on a 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, or a 1.
Oh, you've added 0.25 and 0.75 now?
Probably since we're on a 0.5 scale.
This gets a 0.
Everything.
This gets an absolute fucking 0.
Damn.
I'm sorry. And it's not even like the style of or genre of this song. Like otherwise it would have been like, it's all right. I feel Nate's pain when he talks about Cream now with this song in specifically just because looking at the lyrics, I'm just like, what are you making these girls say, Cube? Like, what are you... I lick my lip, you live deep inside me. No, I'm not lying, I know you want it. Like, you're not mincing your words there. It's very obvious, like, the style or, like, what they're trying to get across. And I feel like it's just... Like, it's just super cringy. It's just super cringy to me.
My favorite part was Kill Me With Your Love.
Kill me with your love. Okay, we're getting the yandere. We're getting a yandere concept. Okay,
Tsundere Vegeta. We got that today in the movie.
Oh my, it's just, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, especially as the ending track. It's like, okay, what are you gonna remember this album with? And all I can remember this album with is, holy crap, this one song has really cringy English lyrics. And how we usually rate albums is it's like, am I going to listen to this again? Am I going to return to this? I never want to hear this song ever again. Never. Like, it's like I'm listening to it right now, so listen, I'm just like, I want to delete this off of my phone as quickly, as fastly as possible, because I don't know, it's just, maybe it's just a secondhand embarrassment I feel of like, I can only imagine, like, if they understood what the lyrics meant, they'd probably feel sort of embarrassed singing this.
Soren speaks English.
Soren speaks English, so she might have been like, "What are you trying to make us sing?" But I don't know. Maybe it's just it sort of encompasses CLC's. It encompasses CLC trying to like. It feels like they're trying to like be edgy and hard, but it kind of doesn't. It's not always successful, and I feel like this song is a microcosm of that in a way.
So for me, I didn't even notice that was in English.
That was in English?
Yeah,
that's what Baron said. Baron's like, what English song? Well, like, go read the lyrics. I need you. It's all English and they're garbage.
So, I actually like the song quite a bit. Like, I thought it was pretty interesting to hear them. So I guess for me, I'm doing a purely music, reaction to it because I didn't even realize that it was in English. Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting to hear them do like a more like light energy, like electropop type song.
Yeah,
because again, most of their like stuff is usually like super like hardcore EDM, like really, I guess just like really harsh like drops and stuff. This is more like electropop and catchy. The chorus is pretty catchy and punchy. The instrumentals support it really well, and I feel like the instrumentals is definitely like my favorite part of this song. And another thing I thought is it kind of sounds like something that'd be like a Japanese release from a K-pop artist, which I thought was kind of interesting, but yeah.
Instead, it's their English release. A horrible English release.
Nate, what were your thoughts? I'm interested in hearing this.
Wait, is the whole song in English?
Whole song's
the entire song is English.
It's
the whole song. It's not like one stretch of lyrics. The entire song's in English, and man, the lyrics are atrocious. As I read, like,
okay, is this worse than Cream?
So bad. No, it's not worse than Cream. Cream's easily worse than this.
Maybe that'd have been hilarious if they surpassed EXID twice.
No.
On the same album.
No. Cream's still the most cringy lyrics in my opinion. But so the lyrics are bad.
Great song.
As for the song itself, I also didn't really like it that much either. I think the guitar part's good, but overall the instrumentals just seem pretty standard. And then, in my opinion, the chorus isn't really good either. I like the I Need You part, but I think the pow part is pretty annoying. And
which part?
So
the pow? Like in the background, or like the my heart?
The background.
Okay. So like the group vocal?
Yeah, overall I wasn't a huge fan of the chorus vocals. So I think overall the song's a miss, and please, for the love of God, if you want to make an English song to appeal to your English fans, like pull Red Velvet and like make an English version of your title track and make sure that the lyrics aren't horrible.
Gold and silver, gold and
Granted, if they made an English version of No, I would probably hate it more than I hate this. So maybe they shouldn't do that, but just have someone proofread your lyrics, please. Mm-hmm. Or get an English songwriter to write the lyrics. Like, please.
Yeah. Cooper's thoughts were, the whole song is in English. I really hope this means CLC is going to get an international push. I mean, CLC, that's their only hope at this point, I feel.
That's all they have.
Yeah, I guess, because I feel like
their whole fandom's international, pretty much.
The lyrics are pretty cringe, but not that different from early 2010s dance track stuff. Still love the song. The guitar is a really nice touch. So, on to the ratings on a scale.
We should do Cooper's first.
Okay, we should probably do Cooper's first because he's the most optimistic out of us. Cooper's final thoughts were, quote, "This album is basically made for me. It has all my favorite genres and the attitude of CLC that I love. Every song I already know is going to be on repeat for weeks, and this album is in high contention for many of the year for me. And if it makes that list, I'm quitting. I'm quitting truly."
I'm pretty sure us three are not going to nominate this album for mini album of the year.
Unless 2019 is just that bad.
There's a chance that 2019 just puts out the worst K-pop in history.
I just feel like it's been getting better and better every year.
It's been getting better and better.
16.
We thought 2017 was one of the best years, and 2018 was just as good, if not better.
Yeah. So, For scores, he gave it a perfect 10 out of 10. That's a 7 out of 7 for the music score and a 3 out of 3 for the concept score. So that is Cooper's first 10 of his truly Daebak career.
No, he gave
he gave Luna
A
10.
10.
Oh, he gave Apink 10.
gave
I forgot too, yeah. So
Yeah. You were the only one who ruined A-Pink. That was almost a throbbingly Daebak album.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be the killjoy when it comes to this. So, how I
don't know about that. Probably.
How I split my music score out of the 7 points, I give 3.5 goes to how much I like the single. The other 3.5 goes to how much I like the album track. So, the single would get a 2 out of 3.5. So it's probably the song I like most outside of Breakdown, and it's not that offensive. It's just I expect so much more out of CLC, so I'd like to see something more interesting from them in the future. Album tracks gets a 1.5 out of 3.5, because that's mostly because of I Need You and Like It, just because they were just so repulsive to me that it just dragged the whole score down. Concept 1.5 because out of 3, because again it seems harsh, but I mean, like, again, outside of the styling, I wasn't really fond of the choreo, and I guess like I loved like how Sungyeon looked and everything, so I'd say that's why I gave points in that direction. So this is the lowest score I've ever given in truly Daebak. It's a 5 out of 10.
I think I gave a lower one to Unity's last
Didn't-
album. I think I gave
Didn't
it a
we
4.
Didn't we all give Dumbfounded like 4? I gave it a 4.
I think I gave it a maybe I gave it a, but this is probably
Dumbfounded was bad.
Yeah, but I mean, in
his new thing is
way better.
Well, we'll talk about it.
We'll get there.
But I
We'll
mean,
get there.
I know it seems like I'm like shitting on CLC nonstop, and I don't mean that, because I actually really do. I want to see them succeed. Yes. Do I want to see them survive and not like get destroyed or just get disbanded because Idol is sort of stealing all their hype? Yes. Am I in love with this comeback? Absolutely not. And it sort of pains me that like, I wanted to like this album. I tried to. I don't think I overhyped myself for this, because I felt knowing how Cube can be so hit or miss at times, I was gonna like it, or I tried to like measure my expectations that way, but I'd say just it's really the album tracks that brought it down for me, and I felt like they can do so much better than this, and they could try harder than this. So that's my parting words in a way. Just they deserve better. They deserve better than to be treated like this. So 5 out of 10.
So for me overall, I at least liked every song on the album. Like, No for me was the worst. Like, in all, and
Really?
again, for me, No I think was the worst, and it's not even. Because again, like, there's a lot of parts in that song that I really, really, really like. Like, I really like the chorus. I really like the verses. Again, it's just the delivery. Again, we'll say this
I like
so many times,
I
all they
like
say,
the
"No."
verses and the chorus, like the entirety of a song.
Yeah,
but
no,
but
like, except for
I know.
the weird like,
the hook, yeah.
the hook that they throw in there for no reason. Like, it doesn't need it. It really doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Like, they would have had a really, really nice, catchy song just cut out all the notes. Honestly.
Yeah,
or
well, it's
even
mostly
just-
the
or even
intro
just
and the
have-
outro.
Or even just have them say it a less annoying way. Like, I
Yeah.
think it still would have worked
Have Soren
fine,
sing it.
you know? Yeah, have Soren say no every
Yeah.
time. But yeah, so I actually gave it a 6 out of 7. Just 'cause,
You're saying an 8. You were saying an 8 on the train. What happened? Oh wait, that's
Yeah.
6 out of 7. Never mind.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were giving the whole album a 6.
You
I was
ruined
like,
it.
What?
You spoiled his
Yeah.
concept score.
It's kind of
No,
yeah. You
it doesn't matter.
spoiled
You
my
were
concept
literally
score,
about to
but
say
yeah. Yeah, 6 out of 7 for music. I liked every song at least, and so I was going back and forth on whether I'd return to it, but like on the train, I think a lot of the B-side tracks grew on me more on my like third listen through. So I think I will listen to, especially like Breakdown in particular. I really, really enjoyed that one. But yeah, concept, I gave it a 2 out of 3. Like, a lot of people will knock it for the box set, but honestly, I miss the era of SM box sets. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
like
mind
my golden age of K-pop. So yeah, I actually thought the set was really nice looking. Their fashion was really nice. The only reason I gave it a 2 out of 3 is they don't really reinvent the wheel, and I feel like their choreography didn't really like. It's not super iconic or anything. I don't think it will be, at least.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't remember it. In all honesty,
I just remember them going.
You're gonna have
to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to because like there's a lot. I know there's a lot of like voguing and like there's a lot of like stuff where you accent your face or whatever. But
yeah. Overall, I thought the whole thing was solid. I gave it an 8 out of 10 overall. So
Nate, your score is probably gonna decide what this gets.
The rare moment in truly Daebak.
Wait, no freaking
times. Way. Well, no, it's not worse than Andrew.
Oh,
it's not lower than Andrew. I thought you were gonna but just a bad score in general. Just a bad score in general. Oh my God. Like so for no, no, I almost gave it what? Well, no, I probably wouldn't have given it a 5. So for songs, I gave it a 4 out of 7. And that's me being slightly generous, I feel. Like, I could have seen myself giving it a 3.5 or a 3. But I did like Jacob, I did like a lot of parts of No. It's just completely and utterly ruined by the hook. And the 3 middle tracks, I didn't really like I Need You, but the 3 middle tracks I liked a lot. So, yeah, I leaned a little forward and gave it a 4 out of 7. And then I also gave it a 2 out of 3. So I gave it a 6 overall. Like Jacob said, I like the box sets even though they're not flashy or they don't look expensive or anything. I don't mind them, and I love the styling. So yeah, I gave it a 6. That's even like me being a little generous in my opinion, which is odd for me. Well, me being generous is not odd because I always give stuff high scores. But me giving such a low score is odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really didn't want to. I like CLC a lot.
Yeah.
Like Andrew said, like I want them to succeed. I don't. We were talking. Paige got mad at us in Discord because someone asked if you were the CEO of Cube, what would you do with CLC? And me and Baron both said disband them. And I was like, you asked if I was the CEO what I would do. Like, I don't want them to disband. I expect them to disband because they're not making money at this point. Unless this song blows up out of nowhere.
It's not bad. Like, it hit like top 5 on iTunes, the album. But that's like
the international fans. It's
that's the international fans. That's the thing.
They've always had international fans.
That's
they
the
need
thing.
Korean fans.
Yeah, they need Korean. They're not like a BTS or a Card or I don't know, like a Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, where they can exist.
They can't. You can't. Like CLC's not on that level where I think they can exist on just international fans. They need a Korean fan base, or this might be it for them, unfortunately.
Yep.
But
and with how good G-Idol did on their debut year, like they're just overshadowed already. By
it becomes a
group,
redundancy.
So like, well, yeah, that's the problem. My problem with the fact that they're doing the same things.
Yep.
Exactly. Like, they need their own style, but I don't think Cube knows how to do that because they're Cube.
They don't have a style. I mean,
exactly.
Again, I'm the crazy person that wants them to do like something like Where Are You Again, but most international kids don't know what city pop is or like that kind of sound. So I know I'm the crazy one, but that's the thing. Until CLC finds their style, which doesn't. Again, even something like Hobgoblin is maybe off limits to some degree because everyone might just think G-Idol with it, but they need to find what this group is, and if they don't, that's not a good sign, and that might be what is the death of this group. And again, I don't want to prognosticate anything or like make opinion like predictions or whatever, but yeah, it's not looking good, and I want them to survive. This is a rare case. I might actually buy this album physically just because I don't want CLC. Like, again, people probably haven't made it this far into the podcast because we've been talking about this song for like goddamn 50 minutes.
Almost an hour.
Well, that's how much
a 5 album track.
That's how much I care about CLC. That I don't want to be mean to them, but like you have to be realistic with how. Like, again, I'm not me if I'm not me if I'm just writing a fluff piece or just saying all these like nice things about something I think is not good. And again, maybe it's a pipe dream that in hopes that maybe they'll get their shit together if like they hear if there's a backlash from it. But that's the thing. Like, again, there won't be, and I mean we've talked about this periodically where K-pop any popular music really, you have to disassociate the quality of music with the popularity or success of a group, because CLC will succeed in spite of whether or not their music is good, because that's just K-pop in general, where fandom over like actual like content to some degree.
Yeah.
But
so
it would make it 7.25, which
so 7.5. Yeah.
7.5, which is miraculous. That's a generous score.
Well, it's Cooper.
Here's me and Cooper.
Without Cooper's score, it's a 6. So
yeah, it would be
6.33,
very much lower. So
6.
What are your guys' thoughts again? I know there's probably a lot of CLC fans that might find this, and if you made it this far and haven't wanted to destroy us yet, please, I want to know what exactly.
Cooper liked it.
Yeah, I want to know what did you enjoy about the title of No, or the album tracks? Like, explain to us in detail why you liked the album, or what you like about CLC, or why you think it'll be a success. So again, we're not trying to like snuff out the argument or trying to be the be all end all on CLC. Again, I want to see what people think about this, especially just because we had such a negative reception to it. So I'm very interested to see what the other side thinks.
Tell me the secrets to not think Sungyeon's voice is gratingly obnoxious.
Just look at Sungyeon.
Tell me your secret.
Just watch their music videos on mute and just be like, "Damn, Sungyeon's really hot." Like, she really is though. So no lies there.
All right. Also, not enough Sunghi in the music video.
Agreed.
Again, me and Cooper.
She's probably my bias too.
No, I have to go with Sungyeon. I love ponytails.
Sunbin was my bias, but she's just like at this point just there. It doesn't really do much.
Well, Sunghi's like the main vocal, but they never show her on screen.
Well, yeah, because
she's like the prettiest member. I don't get it.
Not everyone thinks so, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm just so tired of the Chainsmoker drop thing. Like, I feel like I'm kind of just beating a dead horse at this point with it, but like they've been doing the same like sort of thing for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see some progression, because like even early 17, like a lot of this stuff was similar.